DOZHATOLDYA.COM.
If it's my shit and I'm feeling it, you know what I mean?
Word up, word up. All right, so coming right back around, part two. Hold on, let me give me a second, cuz. Give me a second, cuz. We'll come back around. We'll come back around. My cousin said, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. And I say, you know, sometimes I feel like that was an embrace the hate song, and that's why it was celebrated so much, and so many people end up liking it, and we got some recognition with that one. We got some it became a crowd favorite, as you say, but and it kind of made a philosophy of mine to just talk about villainism and how some folks are just like forced into villainhood, and how like I'm kind of like I'm like an anti-hero. Like I'm not really on either side. It's always a side, basically, and sometimes you can be looked at as the villain only because you're in the opposition's way. So,
Right.
and so like sometimes, I don't know if you're a fan of the Marvel movies, but Thanos in the Marvel movies, for some folks he had a point. Or in Black Panther, for me, Killmonger, I rooted for Killmonger. And if the headphones bothering you, you don't have to.
I want to wear them though.
Yeah, they look good. So as long as they fit good, it's all about that. But yeah, so
It's like the pressure. It's like
I don't know if you can relate to just being anti, like you say, but being introverted, sometimes you can feel kind of anti as far as like, that you're popular, that you're powerful, but sometimes there's a lot of folks that are not picking you. Like you spoke on the Hooters calendar, or like basically there's opposition, haters, as you will. And so I know that you just have been hated on, but
you know what? I think the hate comes from like I'm nice, like, and I'm cool, but I don't do the hangout shit like after work or after a video shoot or a music video or whatever.
So what happened?
Like I go do my job and I go home.
So you mean you feel like that might
It's
be a
weird
part of?
listening to myself on that.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. That's what I told you
It
already.
makes me sound like I'm in slow motion.
It's almost like it could get you drunk. That's how we say it. Like man, make me feel like I'm getting drunk. But anyway,
Yeah, it's weird.
so but would you feel that being social would have helped in the success of your entertainment career,
In
being a
everything,
model
really.
or a dancer, or
Yeah.
and you being antisocial may have been somewhat of a cause?
Yeah, I was basically blocking myself, you know.
And I mean, I'm not your therapist.
But that's what it is, though. Being antisocial, you're blocking yourself from opportunity. And especially with the path that I'm in, like, I need to grab opportunities, make opportunities. And I was blocking myself from those opportunities by being antisocial. So
And you
it was
sound a lot
lesson,
wiser.
And I learned it.
You sound a lot wiser now. Like,
Yeah, for real.
so we were speaking on the spiritual tip. So enlighten me on these crystals, and I mean, I don't know where do we start in this?
Well,
Like you say, you sell crystals.
yeah, I have a ton of amethyst. Like, I have a cathedral down to, small pieces or individual actual crystals. I don't have a large variety, but I love amethyst, so I kind of just focused on that.
What?
But I have a few others, citrine and clear quartz.
What will the crystal do for me? Like, it depends on the crystal.
Yeah, it depends on the crystal. So, like, if you have amethyst, it's good to put it by your bed. You know, it helps you with sleeping. And it helps you with your spiritual path, basically. I mean, all of them do, really. I mean, there's so many different crystals, and they all have different frequencies. They all have different purposes. And you have to be careful because a lot of people don't realize that, like, you really have to research your crystals too, because a lot of them can't get wet.
Wet?
Yeah.
Is that just a term that you're using, or not?
No, like,
physically
you don't
wet?
Want to put it in water. You know, there's
So you have to
like
take them off when you.
where people were having like what are they called? You know, the little canisters, and they put crystals in it.
Yeah.
Some people were actually putting them in the water, but the ones that you like buy from like, you know, companies and stuff, it's encased in something
within the water.
Right. So you want to research that.
So okay, yeah, because they could be wearing it around their neck, and they could just be in the water. So if a crystal is wet, it's diluted?
No, but like certain ones, they produce like a toxin. So.
And this is a physical toxin or a spiritual toxin?
No, like an actual toxin, like you know, like a gas or like a you know. Substance.
When mixed with H2O.
Yeah, so like you want to research your crystals before you, like a lot of people cleanse them in water with salt, you know, moonlight, you know, sage. There's so many different ways that you can cleanse them, but you need to know which crystal you have and if it's something that you can submerge in water and like leave there, or you know, drink with it, you know.
All right. So I get this crystal. But it's just not. That's not the only thing, right? So a lot of folks. I wouldn't say that it was my first time seeing burning sage, like as far as it being kind of popular now, but folks are starting to do that. What could you?
I think it,
is that kind of the same?
I think for some people, it's like they're just kind of following a trend and trying to be, I guess, more open-minded and maybe healthier and just work on themselves, you know, and then they see other people doing, you know, whatever they're doing. It's social media, you see everything.
Yeah.
Know? So there's some people following it kind of like a fad, and then there's some people, you know, that are actually into it. So I think a lot of people, I don't know, with everything that's going on in the world, kind of have started, you know, opening their minds a little bit. But I think it's more than that. A lot of people have actually started having spiritual experiences that make them realize, you know, this a little bit deeper than
what's on the surface.
Yeah.
And that's what, because we talk about it all the time, man. It's like conspiracy theories.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, I don't want to get into the conspiracies, but I just want to say that I'm getting tired of conspiracy theories getting proven.
Right.
Right. So it's like basically it was like, well, they're not gonna say it's aliens, and then they come and say it was aliens. So it was just like, oh, okay.
And they let you know that they have a contract.
And it's like, so you've been lying, but okay, like, so I'm just supposed to just say.
So all those people you thought were crazy when they told you something happened to them, or they saw this or experienced that, people are starting to, you know, be like, well, damn. But if it's something happens to you, then you really can't deny it anymore either, though. So.
Has anybody ever called you crazy, Jessica?
Yeah.
At what point did you just get used to hearing it to where you just start brushing it off and stop being offended by it?
I don't think I was ever offended by it. I never really gave up what anybody thought. Like, you can't tell me if it's something I actually experienced. Like, I don't care what you say about it or what your, you know, beliefs are. That's what happened, you know? So, I never really I think I'm more open now, like with stuff that happened to me, but I don't think I've ever really been quiet either. So,
I've become acceptance of what they called crazy within actually just watching this last Kanye episode. I've actually that was the reassurance that I was like, oh, like it's not crazy, it's just different. And it's just the way I think, or so to speak. Like basically being able to see it and then call somebody crazy and then being like, wait a minute, you're not really that crazy. Because again, some of these things, not even some of these things are real. And and energy, just the people that seem to be more in tune with.
a lot more people are starting to be more in tune too.
So, like, what crystals do you use to self heal?
I usually use my amethyst, citrine, and clear quartz, and I have the black tourmaline. I have a pretty good size one.
What about waist beads? Is that fat or is that within that same realm? Are these crystals that they have on their waist?
It's not a fad, but people are seeing it on social media and just ordering them, and it's a fad for them. But no, that's a real thing.
Yeah. So
I don't have any.
But that's kind of in the same realm of.
It's an umbrella of things, and there's so many different cultures that have their own ways of cleansing themselves or protecting themselves.
Because, like I said, I mean, jokingly, right? I call you the Nephilim because I remember having a conversation that you had about just
The RH negative.
the blood of giants, and just being something within you being greater and bigger than your bodily form because of this culture or this heritage, right? Then I was like, okay, Nephilim, and I looked it up, like started looking into it, and it's like oh, it's not conspiracies, like this existed. This is
It's in the Bible.
yeah, it's like, and then you see movies.
Nothing's hidden. Everything is literally in our faces, and it's been getting bolder and bolder over the last few years.
Like, okay, so in movies like
no
Avatar, right? In movies like Avatar.
Oh yeah, they're telling you your story in a different story, but yeah, it's like
Matrix. Like basically, literally, they just
like
introduced the Matrix. Transformers.
Yeah.
The stories of Transformers, but they literally are dangling in front of our faces. The story of dragons, and just all of these things, right? To where it's like, well, at one point you guys said that this wasn't real, but then it's actually real based off of
just like when the FDA approves a medication and comes back and recalls it.
Yeah, I try to be open on those conversations because it's getting weird now these days. But
surely
like,
is.
but I'm like, man, why are these arguments? Why am I losing so many of these arguments? I guess that's what I would say. I'll be the first to say, why am I losing all these arguments? God damn it. Let's go, Brandon. Know what I'm saying? Excuse me, my bad. That's just a joke. Bad jokes here. Let me find out some more beats. But yeah, but you was telling me basically some things, and I was like, man, that girl's just
nice.
Like, it's like, I never would have known. I'll be honest. I was like, I never would have known. I was like, I don't even know. Nephilim? What? I mean, like, you are about, what, 5'11", right?
No, I'm like 5'9", 3/4. I'm almost 5'10", and I'm the short one. Okay.
You're the short one.
Yeah, I'm the short one.
How tall is your son? Is he?
He's like 6'3".
Is he 6'3"? And of all your kids, you said you claim all nationalities, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, all
Whatever
of your
we-
nationalities.
Right. Yeah.
But what about your kids? Do you
They
do you
know
teach
exactly
them about
what they're, yeah.
your these nationalities? The culture. And are you producing a whole new culture that you would feel that's kind of
Enveloped of a little bit of everything. Yeah.
yeah? I think a lot. I think it's kind of time for that. I think we're in that time.
It's like whatever works for you.
Yeah, and that's why everybody always like, yeah, that's kind of how American is like. I feel like another way I kind of get kind of.
But you'll be surprised how similar everything is at the same time.
And
But
that's
completely different, but so similar.
we kind of that's where the evidence comes in at. I want to come around to a close, but I want to speak on relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm single.
excuse me,
I'm single.
you're single. So, but you almost was like you don't see yourself going down the marriage road, but of course you don't want to be alone, right?
No, of course I don't want to be alone, but it's like I'm 39, so I mean all my kids are grown except for the baby, and I don't know, people are just,
Is it a matchup thing, right?
Really, you know what I'm saying? Because like, look at all the stories on the news where like people are dating and the boyfriend or whatever kills the baby or molests the baby. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, but we can't create
like another blockage, right? But at the same time, I'm just like
can't create these barriers. I have a conversation and you just put a brick up basically in front of my face. So
I'm good at that.
I mean, I'm a single person too, right? And I'm just gonna speak from this perspective of it. Some of it is self-inflicted. Mm-hmm. A lot of it, I would say, is self-inflicted. And then I became so used to being single that
Bingo.
For me, it's like finding a mate. I understand the compromise, but I don't know. Maybe I am doing things to kind of like maybe it's someone alter ego that's also sabotaging.
Well, views are so different now, and people are so different now. They don't treat relationships the same. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's very few couples that like actually respect each other, that aren't out here messing around. You know what I mean? So.
And so everybody's just gone ho on. I'm not gonna tolerate this infidelity, or I'm not gonna tolerate any of this distrust. And then I don't want to be single. I need to trust somebody. Where are they? There are no one here, right?
Well, okay. So,
and I know some pretty decent single guys, right? And I don't know what's going on with any of us. So I don't know an attraction.
Because it's not you guys. It's, I don't know. Like I said, people are different. Like, they don't really want a relationship. Everybody's so like obsessed and with like
we're brainwashed.
Yeah, especially like relationships and sexual relationships have been so corrupted by all the bullshit on the internet, and
we are.
Things have gotten very, very weird all
and
the
so,
way around the board, but mostly in that area. I don't know.
Definitely.
My thing too, like, unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't want to date a trans person.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
a lot of them feel like they don't have to tell you that they're trans. I think that's wrong.
that's a trust barrier. That should be a trust barrier, right?
Right, but like if people are out here lying, and that's the thing, so many people just start off lying from the get go.
Man, I mean, that's just a
They lie about being single. You know how many times people tell me they're single, then they get my number, and then after talking to me, they let me know that they're not single, that they're dating somebody else.
So how would you feel though if I actually asked you if you were trans? Like basically because of the distrust of
I
to
wouldn't
any
feel no type of way. I've been called that before by my son's his dad's sister who used to fight when we were younger. She used to say I look like a man. She used to say that to me. That it's not nothing I never heard before, but I know I have kind of like a androgynous look, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because like I look just like my brother with no makeup and a shaved head. But like with makeup, anybody looks completely different. That shit's scary too.
right.
People
That
take
shit's
shit off and
that
they look
shit's
completely different.
that's like
Like
it's like you said, a lot of this stuff is right in front of our faces, but you don't even know what to look for because it's been masked, unmasked, and masked again.
people aren't authentic anymore. That's the real problem.
And if you even have, for me, I I don't feel authentic. I don't feel that. I feel that I may be looking for something to be authentic, like basically like a genuine love, and I'm like, I guess it's not gonna ever happen. And then,
Well, don't think like that because you don't want to put that energy out. You don't want to put that frequency out. You have to think positive about it, but you just have to be careful. So, like, here's my new thing, right? So, one, now we know we got to ask everybody what's your biological sex, right? Because if you're not into dating trans and bisexual men, I ain't dating no bisexual man either. I'm not doing none of that. So between down low, what else do you have left? They're married already. If you cross out transgenders, take them out the equation, then obviously you take out people that are, married. You know what I'm saying? You take out the people that are down low, but you don't know, and you hope you find out soon enough.
oh no.
And then you take out bi men. What do you have left? A bunch of fucking liars.
Oh no. Right.
I'm trying to think positive about it, but I'm saying that's what I've noticed. That's been my observation.
So everybody basically faking it too much.
People be lying to me from the get-go.
But
or
you understand?
They be trying to sexualize me too fast, and I'd be like, red flag. So when I catch a red flag now, I'm like, red flag gone. I'm not gonna stick around and find multiple red flags. Fuck your flags.
All right, I need a little more. I need a little more. So I need a break because you like taking this thing to this level that this conversation is interesting in the fact that people don't have these conversations. Like I've never even thought about
because everybody's so sensitive
that I have to.
Everybody's feeling.
But you're right.
Express yourself. Damn. My opinion
Especially
is my opinion. You don't gotta agree with it.
When I was living
we don't gotta fight about it neither.
I lived in Atlanta, right? And even living in Atlanta and coming back to Jacksonville, you get more comfortable with the gay culture, but you also understand.
Oh, I'm cool. Like I don't care. No. You do you.
Right.
I'm just saying that's my preference.
You get more comfortable with the gay culture because you have to live around it a little more, right? But at the same time, when I came back to Jacksonville, I also noticed, we've have a very big gay culture in Jacksonville, but it's kind of like, I used to call it the gay girl capitals, I would say. I didn't use that word. I probably use a word that's offensive, so I don't want to say that word. But I would say the gay girl capital is in Jacksonville, and the gay guy capital is in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, and you're out, and even in Miami, you're right. That's a good question that you may want to ask a woman that can be as beautiful as you are, right?
Be a man.
And
Biologically.
it's like if you don't ask that question, especially going forward at this point in our society,
Fact, I always wished I was a hermaphrodite.
like basically even that, right? Like Sierra being called a hermaphrodite.
That's born with both.
Like whatever that it was about,
That's
I don't even know if that
I
was even.
say,
Not saying that I know that's real or not real or whatever, but I remember hearing that, right? And then it's almost like women that are tall, like you said, say that again.
Androgynous.
Androgynous.
Where
Thank
you can
you.
pass for male or female.
It's the headphones. Saying that with these headphones is impossible, but it's you have to be on the lookout for that. Like still, like because if you don't, you may get hurt, or they may feel like they don't have to tell you.
And some of them do feel like that though. That's
And even on the other side, like you said, down low men. On the other side, this is what the women are saying in Atlanta. But there are a lot of
be real with themselves. You don't have to be all. You don't have to tell everybody. But damn, like if you're bi, then say that. If you like men,
all right. So I still want
to be with a man. Don't pretend that you want a relationship. Go get married and all that next stuff. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we cooking right now. Whatever. Just a little bit longer. Whatever. I didn't realize. Well, I did know that you was gonna be this enlightened, but. Thank you. I think we just need a small break. I just needed a love to close out with the with Enchanted Abbasi and how they can reach you and stuff like that. But we'll come back. I just want to play a little music and then we'll come right back. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. We'll come right back with Jessica Abbasi. She's single, guys. Like, but it's trust issues in the air.
Goodness.
Right. So I'm about to play some Drake. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, you know what I'm saying, she'll feel a little better. We'll be right back. DOZHATOLDYA.COM